love having a little drinky drink with me while I shoot these videos. Greetings, hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, greetings, hi. If not, thank you so much for coming back. Today's video is just a quick little update on how I maintain my weight loss. You'll remember a few videos ago I posted about how I lost 15 kilograms and I've kept that off for about 7 or 8 years. That's what, like 30 pounds. And I just wanted to share with you my philosophies and how I go about my health and weight on a daily basis. So just a quick little video for you guys on how I maintain and keep off the weight. I feel that I'm just at a really good, healthy spot in my life. And this would be the most comfortable weight range and most energetic I've ever felt. So those are the main factors. I feel that I'm in a good spot and I share with you what I do on a daily basis. Before we go on, while I take a sip of this tea, I would like to encourage you to please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, the algorithm gods know that I'm doing an alright job. So please like, subscribe and leave a comment below. It really helps me out and hopefully it just takes you one quick second. So my first philosophy is that I don't believe in cheat days at all. I don't have a cycle of eating clean and then sort of binging out and eating whatever over the weekend or over an off day. I just feel that that reinforces quite a dangerous cycle. It works for some people. I think it just depends on who you are and what works for you. But essentially, I do not have cheat days. I believe in making good decisions most of the time, and that is a philosophy I apply daily. I don't think food and eating and nutrition should be such a place of tension. I don't think it should be like a stressful thing. I believe that food is so part of the joy of life and we should nourish our bodies in ways that feel good, and that means not demonizing certain foods during the day and eating those demonized foods on the weekends or whenever. What I do during the day is I focus on decision making. The most important thing for me is making decisions that I know will benefit me, both with my physical body, my mental mind, and my productivity. That's really important to me. I need to have energy, I need to feel good, and so I need to make decisions that support that. So on a daily basis, when I'm eating or about to have some food, I ask myself if this meal supports the healthy version of me, because I am her already. This is me. I am a healthy person. Therefore, does this support that? Does this meal support what I am going to be doing throughout the day? I'm going to be needing a lot of energy. I want to feel sparkly. I want to feel vibrant. I want to have like the vibes. And so part of that would be just making good decisions 80% of the time in the day, and everything else is allowed. Food is life. Guys, food is life. I'm not about that, this is allowed, this is not allowed. I believe in food freedom. You know, I just focus on supporting myself in making good decisions. Does that mean I get it right all of the time? Absolutely not. Sometimes, yeah, and that is definitely worth it. So 80% of the time in the day, I'm like making good decisions. And if there's a little snacky snack here or a little here that other people would describe as bad, then I'll still eat it because that will make me happy and it still fits into a wholesome, generally healthy lifestyle. All right, so I definitely try to limit my dairy intake, and obviously I can't eat gluten and also the processed food intake. Very much definitely a whole foods type of gal.
No, God, please, no, no!
When I have dairy, so whatever has dairy in it, and you can hear it now, my nose is blocked because I have consumed dairy. So when I have dairy, I break out a lot. My skin will start to break out. After that, I get like sinuses and I just feel So I limit dairy because it does not support how I feel. and therefore I have less calories than what I would have had 7 or 8 or 10 years ago, just because I'm not like adding dairy and not having processed foods. Processed foods are also super high in like sodium and all the saturated fats and all the stuff you don't necessarily want in your body. Even though I must say a lot of processed food is cheaper than unprocessed or healthy, wholesome food. So it is a privilege to be able to eat well. I said it, it's the truth. But we have found, my partner and I, a really nice place where we go to that we can shop affordably for our health needs. So that's also been a blessing. It's not like you can just afford it, you know, it's one of those finding somewhere that works properly. Now I'm babbling, on to the next thing. Right, so mindless eating, mindless snacking was really a hard one, as well as emotional eating. Oh my word. So I am the queen of snacks. Anybody in my life will tell you that the queen of snacks in this universe, I am her. Mindless eating was a thing, just snacking, grazing throughout the day, not being aware of my emotions or being able to differentiate. Am I actually hungry? Am I bored? Am I just sad? And so self-awareness really helps you with mindless eating. Learn your hunger cues, learning to listen to your mind and your body and your spirit teaches you when you are consuming for nutrition, when you're just consuming for enjoying your food, or really when you're doing it when you're not supposed to. Trying to use food to fill a hole or to keep my mind occupied is something that I've definitely stopped or limited greatly in my life, and therefore reduces how many calories, random calories, that I'm just eating in the day. And that means I don't have to count calories. It means that I am knowing myself and what puts me in certain spaces and how I can navigate that, so I'm not like all day trying to weigh out food and count calories, because that became very detrimental for me, as mentioned in the previous video. Didn't even take a breath when I was saying all that. So another really important factor or tip or mindset that I have is to eat high volume but low calorie. So really like large amounts of food for less calorie. Salads that are approximately the size of me, I will eat it. I will eat it, and then I'll throw in a whole bunch of protein just for the satiation factor. Therefore, you can eat like literally tons and tons. You could eat yourself into a coma with like just this full, wholesome salad. And when I say salad, I don't mean like leaves, carrots. I have action-packed, volume-packed salads that I make. So the more I can eat for as little calories as possible. I try not to think of food in terms of calories either, but this is the only way that I can articulate it to you guys. I try to eat high volume for less calories, and that tends to be a lot of salads that have literally all kinds of vegetables in them, and then a ton of protein, and maybe like just to balance it out and make sure I'm fully full, like a slice of gluten-free or rye toast, just to bump up the satiation factor. Yeah. All right, next is obviously exercise. I have just come to a place in my life where I am so gentle and sweet and loving with myself, obviously with some accountability, but I'm like, if I do 5 minutes of yoga, I'm like, well done, babe. I go for a 15-20 minute walk, I'm like, wow, look at you moving your body. And that has really been so instrumental in maintaining a certain level of activity throughout the day and just keeping that going, because that self-compassion means that every single time I do something good for myself, I build up a trust factor. And so it doesn't have to be high intensity interval training or, you know, a 30-kilometer cycle, which happens on a daily basis as well. But because I've built up this sort of trust relationship with myself, I know when I'm slacking, and I know when I can push further, and I also know when I need to be gentle and kind and sweet to myself. Life is not linear. In what world are you able to like go hard all of the time, doing all sorts of crazy extreme workouts and stuff? That can be part of life, but it's not, it's not the main thing. Gentle movement, lots of movement, as much as possible, and it all counts. Walking counts, okay? Don't let the hype fool you. You don't need to be doing like crazy stuff. You just need to be doing what's good for your body, moving consistently and often, because that's good for your effing mind too. Right, very passionate. I'm a passionate woman. Some other basic principles is that sometimes I do intermittent fasting. So I know that this can be a bit controversial, but I found that it has had many benefits for me. But when I have gone overboard with intermittent fasting, it's also had its detriments. I intermittent fast only a couple of times a week, and never during my cycle, my menstrual cycle at all, because it just doesn't work hormonally. In general, I have found that intermittent fasting really helps calibrate and give me both some energy. I found that fasted workouts are my thing. I really enjoy that. It gives me energy. Has a whole bunch of benefits. Look, I'm not a healthcare professional, but like benefits on benefits. It also has its detriments. It also has some roots in diet culture. I can't pretend that that's not the truth, but I have found that on a personal level, intermittent fasting has been a great beneficiary in keeping my weight okay, keeping my mood okay, keeping my sleep okay. And I don't think it's for everybody at all. So it's not something I would just like recommend, okay? Not something I would just recommend, but I am just putting it out there because I don't want people to think I just do certain things and not other things. So just so you know. I also try to find ways to make all of my favorite foods for less calories or with different substitutes. Now, because I have the whole gluten thing going on, a lot of foods that I like have to be substituted anyway. It's not necessarily that gluten-free is healthier, but some gluten-free foods are have just less calories than other foods that are filled with gluten. I've also found that my partner has because he stopped eating gluten with me, when he does eat gluten now, he has some very strange inflammatory sort of responses. And so in general, we've sort of decided that gluten isn't for us on a health level. I don't know. Is this relevant to weight maintenance? Maybe, but I'm just telling you.
I am the one, the way your son don't need.
Next is out of sight, out of mind. With regards to what I said earlier with snacking, etc., we have a specific snack cupboard, a place where all the snacks and chips and all that stuff goes, so that if we do buy that stuff, it's not just in the general setting of the house. You can't just see it, and it's so much easier to forget about it, which is really helpful. It's not just there and you're not just bored, so you don't just eat it. Out of sight, out of mind is a real thing. Either just don't buy the snacks or have a designated place that's hard to reach, that you don't go there often. For us, it's way up there, and I'm literally 3 feet tall. So getting there is such a schlep. We don't keep anything else in there, so you don't ever really have to go there. So up there, it's a party in there, but you don't want to just, so don't. Ooh, nearly spilled my. Also, I don't think anyone needs to have a specific weight. I think you should have a weight range. Your weight fluctuates during the cycle of the month, depending on how stressed you are, what you're doing. So I don't keep a definite, I need to be this weight for the rest of my life. I just keep a weight range. It allows for the ebb and flow of life. Sometimes when I'm happy, I eat more, and it doesn't make me. Hey guys, editing Noni here. My camera died. I just really wanted to let you guys know that even though I just finished some brownies, isn't that ironic? sometimes we eat when we're happy and you gain a kilo or two, a few kilograms, and it's like not an issue. You don't have to like lose your self-esteem or think you've fallen off the wagon. Some seasons are for eating and for connection and for celebration. So don't worry. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. I hope this helped, and please remember to just like and subscribe, and I'll see you. Mwah.